began in 2010 when I went to Bangladesh as a professional volunteer, and through the work that I was doing in BRAC I discovered a charity called Acid Survivors Foundation where I met with acid survivors, and what captivated me to do this research was what I saw there. So Sri Lanka, Cambodia and India are at three very different stages in this battle against acid attacks, and I suppose from my perspective the aim is to see which one does the UK fit into.
But the acid thing, acid throwing, I think it's something that within Sri Lanka we have, I don't know whether there has been any significant studies that have been carried out, but I suspect there has been, and I would think that it is within the medical research area that it would be most likely to be found. Yeah. Just, you could say, okay, from 2005 to 2012, the numbers have gone up like this in domestic violence, which may or may not include acid. But very likely acid violence will get attention. If it is, because it has to get into, the person, the victim would go to the police, and at the general hospital there is a police desk.
Group of people interested in the issue who have to get together and like they lobbied for the Domestic Violence Act, or they lobbied for an act for the violence against women. I think they need to get together and lobby for an act first, which is most important. And another thing is probably the seriousness of acid attacks is not known to the community, and that has to be brought out, because on and off we see isolated cases. I think the seriousness is not about the number of cases, but the seriousness is about, even if it's a single case that comes up once a month or once in 6 months, how grave it is and what it does to the woman. Not just the physical damage, but the emotional and the psychological damage also. I think that there should be more awareness on this.
আমি রীতা পাল। আমার স্বামী আর শাশুড়ি জোর করে অ্যাসিড খাইয়ে দিয়েছে। আমি এখন কথা বলতে পারি না, নাক দিয়ে নিঃশ্বাস নিতে পারি না। আমি চাই ওরা যেন জেল থেকে ছাড়া না পায়। আমি এখন কোনো কাজ করতে পারি। আমার জন্য কোনো ব্যবস্থা করে দেবেন আপনারা?
Bóng chú mùi bóng kẹo con
Chiêu Chanda.
Chiêu Chanda. Chiêu Chanda.
And her daughter's name?
Chanda. Con bóng chú mùi
Mùi ấu nôm chiết thằng đã khóc như vậy em ấy.
Vâng.
Tạ ta ông ca nhưng nó không.
Bôn Chita. Bôn Chita. Bóng xong tôi thế bóng đó. Nè na nâng kỳ nè phư bạp dư nè phư tờ xịt mà lười đường chạy ngọn
vì phun trong đây nhưng mà
trong nào
My name is Ziad Saman. I'm the project manager of the Cambodian Acid Survivors Charity. I've been working with this organization for the past 3 years. And in that time, we've seen a lot of progress with regards to acknowledging the phenomenon of acid violence in Cambodia and making the first steps towards addressing the issue by creating legislation. So a lot's changed in the past 3 years. So the Cambodian Acid Survivors Charity was established in 2006 as a direct result of the lack of services available for acid burn survivors. And so basically, at the Children's Surgical Center, they'd been providing treatment for acid burn survivors, since the mid-90s, just about. And in that time, it became obvious to the founder of CSC, Dr. Jim Goligly, that the acid burn survivors required more than just medical treatment. Of course, the acid burns through your skin, muscle, and bone, but it also leaves psychological and emotional scars and trauma. And so if you're only looking to try and address this issue in one particular way, say just a medical treatment, you're never actually going to, I suppose, adequately address it or deal with it. So that's why in 2006 they established a support group meeting for acid burn survivors, where once a month the different patients which they'd had would meet at the hospital and be able to share their experiences, challenges encountered, and things like that, and help develop sort of coping mechanisms and things like that. And since then, it sort of established itself as an independent organization from the hospital.
Statistically, acid attacks seem to be on the rise in the UK. In 2007, the NHS reported 44 cases of assaults by a corrosive substance. This has gone up over the past few years, and in 2011, there were 110 reported cases. Such statistics beg one question: so what is the best way forward to combat a crime such as acid violence in the UK? It seems that Sri Lanka is the most parallel to the UK, because although acid attack isn't nationally recognised as a crime, it is an issue. And when we look at India, we realise that nationally it has been recognised and people want to talk about acid attacks in India, but what's the best way forward? With this new legislation that has been suggested, it seems that it will be mobilising in that direction of actually classing acid violence as a specific crime. So it'll be interesting to see how that manifests. And with Cambodia, it's at a position where legislation has been passed, so it's about having those cases going through this system and actually seeing how effective this legislation is. Final thought that I want to leave everyone with is that acid violence is a crime that's prevalent globally, but it is one that can be eradicated. Should we all take a stance against it, it's one that can be stopped within our lifetimes.